Okay. Hey guys, this is William. As always, I am in the Philippines, so if you lose power, I'm going to give Jesper host privileges. So I'm going to give you host privileges just in case we lose power and I can't come back. That way I can still make sure it's recorded. So the meeting goes until about 9 o'clock. Just go over your whole outline and everything, and then show them what Twitter Moments is all about. I know some things probably changed since last time. And you're the Twitter dude. I know very little about Twitter. I just know it's a platform and age domain, and Twitter Moments actually do get indexed and they do work. And that's your and Brett's world. Brett's like, Twitter's like, so but just listen up. He's got a link, I'm pretty sure, at the end of the course or end of the class today to give y'all guys for his training. If you don't, and it's not expensive at all, so just make sure you get his training and everything if it is of interest to you. And it's very powerful. I mean, just like the other day I asked, and I use it for GMB verification. FYI, I do use Twitter for GMB verifications. And I posted in the group the other day who has an age Twitter, and I use that specifically to help get things indexed or moving for GMB verifications. So that is one way you can, I know for a fact, use Twitter. So, but FYI, that's just a little drop. That's why I asked about the other day, and that's why I wanted to bring Jesper on here too. And Brent and Mike love you. So, all right, let me go ahead and let you share screen, and you are good to go, Jesper. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Share screen. All right. You can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Yes, you can see the screen. All right. All right. So I want today to talk about how to create Twitter moments in 2021, as you can see on my screen. I guess that some of you that are watching this video were not here the last time I talked about Twitter moments, so I'll just make a short recap about myself and what Twitter moments is and how I use them. So I've been in the IT and SEO and web design industry for more than 16 years. And I've been doing hardcore SEO for about 3 years, more or less, something like that. And about 3 years ago, I got extremely interested in link building. So I started watching a lot of videos on YouTube and purchasing training courses on how to create do-follow backlinks manually. And I guess most of you have been there. And it turned out it was and still is quite powerful, but as you also probably know, it takes a lot of time to build 400, 500, 600, 700 do follow backlinks to your website or to your clients' websites. It's not really a viable solution to create all these backlinks. But I was always on the lookout for, let's say, a variation of backlinks, because I'm of the belief that when, and it's only a matter of when, Google finds out that you're creating do follow backlinks in a certain manner, and when they found out that it gives your website a boost, they'll try to shut that down. So they're doing this all the time. So I'm always looking out for different ways to create backlinks. Links in YouTube description, Twitter links, Twitter moments, Facebook posts, normal do follow links, public relations, PR messages, Google News sites, everything. I'm trying everything, and Amazon S3 HTML files. So a year and a half ago, I stumbled over a strange SERP result, a strange result in Google that looked like it was a Twitter URL, but it was very special. And turns out it was a Twitter moments. So that's where I started to test and to discover how to use Twitter moments. And as William, he started to talk about, it turns out that you can use Twitter tweets and Twitter moments for indexing of your, or indexing help for your websites. and for ranking purposes also, they can boost your website. And it turns out also that these Twitter moments can also rank by themselves in the SERPs. So you can create a Twitter moment on your Twitter account, and they can actually show up and appear in the search results. So I'll go to Google and I can show you the results. Best SEO courses on the interwebs. I have no idea where I am here, but I'm just searching. I hope I appear. Okay, I'm not appearing. Yeah, here I'm. That's my website. Okay, that's my website. That's a very poor example. Let's see here. SEO Denmark for Amazon. I know that this search results appears. So this is a search term. I know that you probably don't speak Danish, but you do understand what Amazon is. You do understand what SEO is, and Denmark is just Denmark written in Danish. So SEO Denmark on Amazon. When I search for this, I have the same Twitter moment appearing 2 times actually. This is actually the same Twitter moment. I don't even myself understand how it can appear 2 times, but it seems that they changed this word events from moments previously. But this Twitter moment that you're seeing here that's actually the result of the very first test that I did on January 28th last year. You can see, so that's my very first test to see, can I rank a Twitter moment? I know that no one is actually searching for this, but I mean, if it can appear in Google, it has some ranking power, and it even appears twice. That's very strange. So I then continued to try to see, can I use Twitter moments to help my local websites rank? And it turns out I can actually do that. So I have created a mind map for you in a software called MindMap. If you know that, let me just check in, go in here and check. Loading here. William, let me know if there are questions, because I'm not monitoring the questions.
Will do.
All right. So this is an overview of the local SEO strategy that you can use together with your website and your Twitter moments. So let's take it one step at a time, and I'll go over to I'll hop over to Twitter afterwards to show you how I do create the Twitter moments. So in the central, you have your website, and let's say it's a local website. So you have the homepage here, then you have the city and service page 1, 2, and 3. So let's say it's a very small website. You have 4 pages. So you have the homepage, you have 1, 2, 3 service pages. So now I'm not enrolled into William's masterclass, so I don't know how you do it, but the way I do it is I create a Google My Maps targeted for the keyword. I make several Google My Business posts, of course, pointing to the service page. I make Web 2.0 posts, you know, WordPress, Weebly, Tumblr, etc. On the web page itself, I write schema like you do. I optimize content. I insert images. I embed YouTube videos if I have a YouTube video. I embed the My Map that I created down here, and so on and so on. It's probably the same thing that you do. And key element in here in this strategy is actually YouTube videos, because it turns out that if you combine Twitter moments with YouTube videos and Google My Business post and your local website, you can really power up your website. You can really rank for even competitive local keywords. So what I do is for the YouTube video, if it's a local company, I create a YouTube video called, Plumber New York. And then the video is centered about Plumber New York, around Plumber New York. I optimize the description. I optimize the playlist. I optimize the video. I optimize the thumbnail image. And I'm actually showing all this in my Twitter Moments training, how I do this exactly. And then I upload the video. Then I go over to Twitter and then I start tweeting. So these are the, then just move you over here. So these are the tweets that I make in this example. I tweet the My Map URL. I tweet the Google My Business post about the city service page. I tweet the Web 2 posts. I tweet the YouTube URL. I tweet the image that I have optimized. And I tweet the service page URL also. If I have created a Google site, probably not all of you are creating these Google sites, I also tweet that. And all of these tweets are then combined into a Twitter moment. And the Twitter moment power is all pointing back to the city and service page. So I could draw more arrows because everything, as you see, everything is combined. There's actually an arrow from the Google My Business post over here to there. So everything is combined. I made this small green box down here because sometimes if I need more power, I create a Google stack and a Google site. And optional is uploading files into Amazon it's not 4, it's 3. Amazon S3, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud. And the reason I do that is that I also last year, or was it 2 years ago, I discovered that when you create these, again, I don't know if you teach this, William, but I discovered a couple of years ago that if you create these HTML files and upload them to the cloud, it gives a very good ranking boost. So I can show you an example of a page I made manually. Let me see here. This is an HTML page that I created in hand. So all these are links to different Web 2 properties. And as you can see up here in the URL, s3.eu west, blah, 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 blah. Can I copy the URL for you so you can investigate it? Where can I paste it, William?
Let's see real quick. Paste it in chat. It's in the chat button.
Yeah.
Down at the bottom. Yep.
Yeah. So that's just for you to reverse engineer. I can see there's a question to you tweet which image. I create an image on my computer. Then I optimize it using GeoSetter or EXIF Pilot, I think it's called. I insert text, readable text on the image. And this image I upload from my computer as a tweet. So it's not a tweet, it's not an image that's on a website, another place. It's an image I take from my computer, but I'll go back to show you what I mean. I do not recycle the tweets. I'll just type the tool names here. GeoSetter for image optimization or EXIF pilots sometimes. I use Canva or Pixlr to create images. I'll show you.
Yeah, we do something very similar where there's HTML files. It's a cloud stack. It's basically what we do.
Yeah, so what I do is I don't do it for all my clients because I do this in hand, and as you can see, it takes a lot of time.
Yep.
But I actually collect all my citations. I put them here as links, and then I embed as many properties as I can here. And down here comes the very interesting part for you, because when we're talking about Twitter moments, I can actually embed Twitter moments. And you know, when you embed a web property on another website, you actually get a do follow backlink through the embed back to what you're embedding. So by embedding my Twitter moments in this very powerful property here, I get do follow backlinks back to my Twitter profile. And as it turns out, it powers up your Twitter profile. So let me go back to this once more. I think I actually saved it as PDF, and I'll share this with you afterwards so you can check it out for your viewing pleasure. But so just to recap, when optimizing for a city and service, I make a Google My Maps targeted the city service keyword. I make a Google My Business post targeted that. I make Web 2 posts, expired tumblers. I use that also. I make YouTube video. I make a Google site and a Google stack, and I tweet all the URLs. And then I combine them into the Twitter moment that points back to the city service page. So that was for city service page 1. If I want to optimize city service page 2, I have to start all over again. So I only drew this because I didn't want to repeat myself, but I actually repeat the same process again over on city service page 2 and city service page 3. The Google stacks, I don't build them in hand. I build a little bit in hand, but I use a tool called Stackio. I also have the ranking factory tools, but I think that's Stackio. It's a little bit faster to create Google stacks, but the Google sites are built in hand. Let me see for questions. Yes, you will get you will get links for my Twitter moment, because I'll create one for you in just a second. So let's see. So this is the overview of my strategy for local SEO. Let's go over to Twitter. I actually prepared something for you because I want to show you how fast you can actually rank a YouTube video, and I'm also showing this in my training. I don't know if you know it, but when you upload a video to YouTube, it's indexes in between 2 to 3 to 5 minutes. And I have actually created a YouTube video. I didn't upload it to my YouTube channel yet, but I will actually do that now. So you have my video here. It's called How to Create Twitter Moments in 2021. And I'll just upload this video now because I'll need to use that in my Twitter moment afterwards. So I'll upload the video first, and I'll show you how I do this. I'll just close some of these tabs. Manage videos. And contents, create, upload video, select files. So I'm selecting the video that I just created. I actually just finished with this video 5 minutes before this session started. So I click open, and now it's uploading. How to create Twitter moments in 2021. Jesper Nissen SEO. Yes. And I created a description. I'll just insert my my description in the YouTube video, and then I'll explain to you why I do what I do. As you can see here, if you can watch my screen, you can see that you have up to 5,000 characters that you can actually write in your description. So I'm not going to write a Shakespeare novel in here, but I am going to insert, the most vital things. I want this YouTube video to rank for how to create Twitter moments in 2021. So I'm writing it up here in the title. The title is here. I'm writing it as the first thing here in the description. I'm writing it as the first thing down here in the timestamps. I don't know if you know it, but if you write your timestamps like this, they will appear in YouTube and in Google actually also. I make hashtags. When I'm done, I'll show you why I create these hashtags. And then I insert links, of course, to my blog post. I inserted it 2 times, so I'll just delete one of the links. And then all of the keywords and the most important pages that I have. So I have a playlist called How to Create Twitter Moments. And it's not a coincidence that it's called How to Create Twitter Moments. It's not made for kids. No, it's not made for kids. No, no age restriction. jespernielsen.com. Jesper Nielsen SEO. How? So I made a mistake here. The first tag is the title of the YouTube video. How to create Twitter moments in 2021. Twitter moments. Twitter. Link building. jespernielsen.com. Jesper Nielsen SEO. SEO. Google. Yes. The video language is English. It has never aired. Recording date is now. Video location. So this is very, very interesting and very important for local SEO because YouTube has added this field called video location. And if I search for jespernielsen.com, you can actually see down here that I pop up jespernielsen.com, Kirkebakken, Gadstrup. And this is actually my physical address taken from my Google My Business profile for the website. So now jespernielsen.com is not a local company, but if you have a local company and you write the local company name there, and they have a Google My Business profile, this is actually a geotagging of the YouTube video. And now it won't. Why won't it? I think now it's okay. So allow embedding, yes. Publish, yes. Allow people, yes. People and blogs, yes. Yes, yes, yes. And I think I'm actually ready now to publish my video. And it's now 2:26 here. I don't know what time it is in your region of the world. And I am ready. And I'll click next. Add subtitles, no. Add an end screen, import from video. I'm not a video YouTube influencer, not yet anyway. So I'll just click something here. Add cards, no. Introducing checks, close, next. Public, yes. Schedule, no. Publish. And this webinar is not about YouTube SEO, but I can of course share the link to WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, etc., etc., etc. I'll just share it to Twitter actually. Tweets. Yes, I'll just do that actually. So I'll go back to YouTube again, click close. So let's see here, youtube.com, how to create Twitter moments in 2021. It's not indexed yet, but it will be indexed in 2, 3, 5 minutes. Let me see what people are writing here. Can we have a link for one of your Twitter moments? It will come in just a couple of minutes. How do you combine all the tweets into a Twitter moment? I have not shown that. It will come. Do you do this for every location page? Yes, I do. Shut the front door. It is shut. Can you use a tool like Integromat to schedule Twitter posts, or do they have to be done manually? I don't think that Integromat or IFTTT can make Twitter moments. They can make Twitter posts, of course. I'm not using Integromat myself. I know that IFTTT rings can be set up so you can actually post something on your Medium account, on your WordPress blog, and then it can be tweeted automatically. If it can be scheduled, I have no idea. How frequently do you post on Twitter for a local SEO company? It depends on how much they pay me, but typically I do 3, 5, 6, 7 Google My Business posts and Twitter moments every month for my local SEO clients. Wow, wow, wow. Do you have any Twitter tips for Twitter moments and YouTube videos for global ranking? Yes, national and global ranking, it's the exact same strategy up here. So it says local SEO strategy, but I'll just share with you a secret. The secret is that I'm using this also for my national clients, and I have managed to rank very competitive keywords in top 3, and some of the keywords also in the top position using this exact strategy. Most of my clients, even if they are national clients, they have a Google My Business profile. So I do still make Google My Business posts. The keyword will not be city service page. The keyword will only be targeted around the service, but it's the exact same strategy and it works just as well. I also use the Google My Map to create the Google Do Follow backlinks, even if it's a national and it's not a local company. I hope that answers the questions around that. Do you create a lot of Google sites and Web 2 assets for each client, local and national? Yes, I do. In this example where we have 3 service pages, I would create 1, 2, 3 Google sites at least. But I would create, let's say I would create 3 Google sites. A Google stack and a Google site targeted this, and a Google stack and a Google site targeted this and targeted this. And actually, when I have Web 2 assets, if I have time, I'll show it. I don't think I have time. Half an hour has already gone by. So no, let me just check if the YouTube video is indexed. Videos. Here it is. All right. Okay, so let's just stay here and just a couple of seconds. So this is the video that's just been uploaded 4 minutes ago. No views yet, but you can see here, this is an extremely important detail. You can see the blue maps pin here, right? Can you see this? And you can see the jespernissen.com, right? Can you see this? This is the link. Oh, sorry, this is the result that's coming from my the location. So this is just, I think this is extremely important for local SEO, extremely important. So let me just go to Google, see if it's indexed. It is indexed, and it's 2:33 here. I don't know what time it is in your part of the world. So it took me, I think it was 2:26, and now it's 2:33, and it's indexed. And let me see how to create Twitter moments in 2021. I have no idea where it is. It's probably a little bit competitive. It's on page 2 now. Can you see that? 6 minutes ago, and it's on page 2. So I did a lot of things, I have to say. I optimized the video, I optimized the thumbnail, I optimized the description, I optimized tags, I optimized everything. So let me just show you something here that you may not know about YouTube, but you notice that I inserted these hashtags, right? And do you know why I did that? I did that because if I hover the mouse over here, the hashtag, I can click on the hashtag, I open it in a new tab, and then it says youtube.com/hashtag/SEO. So now my video is actually connected to all the other SEO videos on the internet, on YouTube. So Jesper Nissen SEO, let's see here. There's only one video, of course. Sorry about that. So this is the reason that you're going to use hashtags. This is because that when you use hashtags and use, for example, hashtag SEO, your video has a chance of being showing as related to all other SEO videos. You know, you watch an SEO video by Brian Dean or William Jones or Chase Reiner or another guy or me, and it's about SEO. And because I have written hashtag SEO, my video has a chance of being showing as a related video to all the other SEO videos. The reason I'm writing these timestamps here is because Google recognizes these timestamps as timestamps up here. You can see here when I'm moving my mouse up here, it says add a title and description to a Twitter moment, add tweets to the Twitter moment. Can you see this? So the thing is that Google actually ranks your video according to what you're writing in these timestamps. So what have we done here? We have titled the video, How to Create Twitter Moments in 2021. We have inserted it into the text. We have inserted it into the timestamp. We have inserted it into the YouTube thumbnail, many places. So the result is that within 6 minutes, we were ranking actually. We're not ranking on page 1, but we are still ranking on page 2. How many does your Twitter moment course include your YouTube method too? Yes, I show actually in my training how to optimize YouTube videos. And if there are details that are not included in the training, you can probably just rewatch this video. Do you use any tools to find great hashtags? No, I just use my imagination. Do the timestamps have to be accurate, or you just make them up? I make them up. And for this purpose, for the purpose of this video, I actually wrote the timestamps so they fit together with the blog post, because I created the blog post over here. So this is the blog post. So I just took all the subheaders from my blog post and inserted them as timestamps. So I have the connection between the blog post and the timestamps. Are the timestamps actually correct for the video content, or just being used to get the keywords in? Yeah, they're just being used to get the keywords in. So let's hop over to Twitter if you don't have any more questions. Good. So this is my Twitter profile. I just want to mention a couple of things. I do not know how many of you, if any, use Twitter, but one thing that is extremely important is that Twitter profile names are keyword sensitive. Is it no, not keyword? What is it called? Is it called capital? No, it's sensitive. If it's
Cap sensitive.
yes, I'm not English. It's caps sensitive. So I have written my Twitter profile name as Jesper Nissen SEO with a capital J and capital SEO. But let me show you what happens if I write like this, SEO with small caps. I'm still being shown my Twitter profile, but it does not make a 301 redirect to SEO with capital letters. And what does this mean? It means that if you build links to this profile with all small letters, then this profile URL will have a separate link profile than the correct link profile. So it's extremely important that you always remember how you actually spelled your Twitter profile name. And I don't know why. I think it's a bug in my opinion, it's a bug from Twitter's part. I don't know why they don't correct this. Very strange. So anyway, this is my Twitter profile. As you saw a couple of minutes ago, I shared my YouTube video on my Twitter profile, so it is here. How to make tweets, it's very simple. I click this blue button here. And I can write tweets. And I think I have up to 240 letters now. They changed it last year or a couple of years ago. So let me just write. Today I'm holding or having, is it called holding or having a webinar or attending? Webinar on Twitter Moments, and it's William Jones, that's the host. It's very exciting. I'll go back to that question. Today I'm attending a webinar on Twitter Moments, and it's William Jones, that's the host. It's very exciting. So that's my first tweet. My second tweet, I just click the plus button down here. Yep, I'll do that. My second tweet will be an image. No, that was a GIF. This is an image. How to create, I think this is the one. This is the thumbnail that I made for my YouTube video, so I'll just reuse that. And I'll create one more tweet, and I'll just write again. Be sure to check out my blog post here. And I'll click tweet all. So I just created 3 tweets, and you saw it was extremely easy. So What I do now is I'm clicking on this more button and I'm clicking on moments up here. So what I see now is I see a list of the Twitter moments that I have previously created. And I'm going to create a new Twitter moment. And it's going a little bit fast, but I just made the YouTube video that I just uploaded. And if you want the details, you can just go back and rewatch that video. So I'm going to select tweets by account. I'm going to search for my own Twitter account, jespernissen.com. And now I see on the left side all the tweets that my own profile has created. And on the right side, I see a preview of my Twitter moment. So you can see here in the preview, I can see the cover image, and there's no cover image now. I can see the title, and there's no title now. I can see write a short description, and I can see make your moments. So add tweet URLs. So what I need to do now is I need to select some tweets over here on the left side. I'm selecting, I'm selecting these 4 tweets here. So the tweet with the YouTube URL, the tweet with the text, the tweet with the image, and the tweet with the link to the blog post. Is there a question here? Is this all added to your training course? I don't know if Danielle is asking me or if Danielle is asking William. Is Danielle asking me or William? Because I think that this video is being recorded and is being added to William's training backends. So, but I could also, if I'm allowed, I could upload it into my Twitter Moments training also. I don't know. Okay, mine, okay. I don't know. This video is William's video, but you know what? I will add the PDF to this chat, and I'll add the PDF also to my Twitter training course, and I'll create complete SOPs, standard operating procedures for you guys, so you can just sit and read how to create Twitter moments. So yeah, I hope that answers the question, Danielle. So and if you create a brand new Twitter profile, do you first have to warm it up somehow before you use it for Twitter moments? No. I never warm up my Twitter accounts. So I just create them, the Twitter accounts, on my own IP address with my own phone. I verify them, and then I just use them. So no problem there. So let me just continue with creation of this Twitter moments. So I select my tweets, and then I click add. I click add here. And over to the right side in my preview area, I see, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. And I see actually that the image is below, so I'm just dragging this up. And I'll would like my YouTube video to be number 2, so I'm dragging that up. And I will have the text here, so I'm doing like this. So add a title and add a description. So as I mentioned before, so what this Twitter moment will rank for is the title. So what will the title be? It will, of course, be how to create Twitter moments in 2021. More questions? I'll go back to questions afterwards. So it's very important to have the same relevant keywords everywhere. And I want to rank for how to create Twitter moments. So that will be the title. And this will be what this Twitter moment will show up for in the SERPs. So in this Twitter moment, you can catch up on the latest development on the Twitter user interface. I show in the video how to create Twitter moments. Check out the video. Oh, here. It's also very stressful, always very stressful when you're writing or typing when people are watching. Oops. So as you can see, I have up to 600 characters when I'm writing my Twitter moment description. So I can actually write a fair bit of text. I always remember to have the correct keywords. Oops, I forgot one thing. I forgot one thing. How to create Twitter moments in 2021. So yes, here it is. And of course, I'm delivering a backlink to the YouTube video. I click save. So the last thing that we need to do is create I'm a little bit tired, sorry for that. Select a cover image. So I'm clicking on this camera icon. And the reason that I see this very nice image here is because I tweeted the image before. So you need to tweet the image in order for you to be able to add it as a cover image. Sorry for that. I didn't make the rules. It was Twitter that created this user interface. So I click next and next. And I just move over so I can see my logo and I click done. And now I'm actually done. So I can just preview all my edits. I can see the cover image, the title, the description, and the 4 tweets. And I click publish. And of course, I select it to be public and I click publish. And I'm done. Your moment is now published. Tweet it to let people discover it. I click tweet. And the Twitter moment now appears on my own Twitter profile. So I click view. The view button disappeared. Sorry for that. I click home. And click on my profile. And here it is. So 21 seconds ago, I created this Twitter moments. So I click on it. And when I click on it, I can see up in the URL, it says events. Previously, it was called moments, but they changed it to events. I have no idea why. How to create Twitter moments in 2021. That's the title. This is the description. And this is the link to the YouTube video. And I used to have a plugin for Chrome called DoFollow backlink, something like that. But it's been disabled now. It doesn't work anymore. So I only have this nofollow plugin. But this is a DoFollow backlink. This is a big secret I'm sharing with you guys. This is a DoFollow backlink.
Yep.
I'll show you one thing. I have the Mangools plugin installed in my browser. And Mangools is it's a paid tool. It shows you the domain authority and the page authority. Now, my Twitter account for jespernissen.com, I did not build any links to it because I want to try to see if I can get it to rank without building links. So this is, with that respect, it's new. It has a page authority of 59. So that's for a new Twitter account. Page authority 59. And if you know what to do, you know, and I've just showed you, you can create do follow backlinks from a page authority 59, and it's for free, and it's on a new account. So that's a golden nugget for you. So let me just click, check chats. Yeah, SOP, yes, I'm creating that for you. Got it. Well, no problem. I'm just uploading it to my, yes. Do you create more than one Twitter account? How many? Or from your home IP over VPN or VPS? Well, I create one Twitter account for one client and one Twitter account for one website. And I know that there are some people that are creating hundreds of Twitter accounts for one website. And of course, if you do that, it will of course be much, much more powerful. But you will also be, because Google they're very clever now, so you also be in great danger of being shut down, if you know what I mean. So that's why I'm sticking to one Twitter account to make it safe. I don't use VPN or VPS. For this sake, I use my home IP address. And William is very open. Yes, he is indeed. And to use client's Twitter, yes. Or can we use our own to promote the client's properties? Yes and yes. I both create Twitter accounts for my clients, but I could also use my own Twitter account to promote the client's properties. So do you want to include a hashtag in the description of your Twitter moments? I didn't think about that, so that could be a good idea. How many tweets should be in a Twitter moment? Is there a minimum or recommended amount? Yes, there is a recommended amount. Google recommends, Twitter recommends somewhere between 7 to 10 tweets to be included in a Twitter moment. So I'm trying to land somewhere between 7 to 10 tweets in each Twitter moment. Do you share Twitter moments to other social channels like Facebook? Yes. If so, is there a specific method? No, you just copy the URL, you head over to your Facebook page and you insert the URL and then it's shared. Do you create one Twitter account for the client's Google My Business, you mean? Yes. And another one for the client's website? No, they're the same. Same Twitter account. Do you manage the Twitter account yourself for your clients? Yes. What do you do when the client leaves? What do you do with the Twitter accounts? I keep them. I haven't actually the client they get the access, but I have never seen them actually use their Twitter accounts afterwards after I'm done. I have no idea why. It's probably just too technical for them. So, but I still have access, and but it's the clients. They paid me to create them, so it's their accounts. So there's no limitation of using your own home IP and your own cell phone for these Twitter accounts. I have not run into it, no. Daniel, you can use your own Twitter account to promote all the clients instead of numerous accounts. Yes, Daniel. Can you share the pricing of your course? It's $97 US. No, that was to William, sorry. Price $97 US. Have a link. Yes, I have. I'm sorry if I'm a bit slow because it's 3 in the middle of the night here in Denmark. So this is the link. Do you mind me asking what sort of SEO clients you have, just so I can get an idea of what you do? It's okay if that's too personal. It's not too personal. I have affiliate clients, I have local clients, and I have national clients. I have security companies. I have a guy that's renting out bicycle trailers. I have web shops. I have all sorts of clients. So yeah. William?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
I I can see that it's 3 minutes to stop. So if you have any questions, now's the
Well,
time.
let's see if anybody has any questions that you haven't covered. I mean, because you've covered a lot. I mean, a lot of what he's talking about with YouTube, I have 3 separate classes that I went over. Like, for example, the chapters, the reason why I do the timestamps, it creates chapters. And I do those based upon the blogs. When we create the blog / press release, the H2 headers and H1 headers, that's what I use for timestamps. I make up the damn time. The most important thing you can do with timestamps that you didn't mention, that most people don't mention, is when you're doing the timestamps, you have to do 00 semicolon 00 if it's longer than believe 40 something minutes. Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But if it's not, you can just do 0 semicolon 00. But
Yeah.
I automatically across the board, just so I don't forget, put 00 semicolon 00. So I'll never fucking forget. But all of what he's talking about is very powerful. Like I've already said, I took GMB when I was doing some black hat GMB, hijacking and some other stuff that we do. I take a Twitter, basically I create, if you will, my citations or whatever I'm doing specifically for that GMB. And then I'll create the URLs and I blast them out via Twitter moments and some Twitter accounts. And then they're immediately indexed. Same thing with YouTube. I could show you YouTube. Like right now I'm producing SEO audits like I don't know what. And I've got my channel completely optimized for GMB SEO. We're stomping the daylights out of everybody that was on page 1. We're dominating that entire front page. So I push YouTube like I don't know what. I don't know as much about Twitter, mainly because it's not that I don't believe it works. I just use what I know works for me. Brent is a very big time. He Twitter tumblers and Twitter accounts and everything. And so, you know, if you have questions about it, you're going to really need to direct them towards Jesper. He's going to, if you can, send me your SOP, send me your, you know, anything you can send that we can reverse engineer. That way they can see everything.
Oh yeah.
And then the presentation, if you have any of it, we'll drop that in on the back end. That way people can see it and get to it.
Yeah. And just one last thing, I just wanted to show you with that when I have tweeted the Twitter moment with the do follow backlink to the YouTube video, I always go back to edit the video and and include the link to the Twitter moment and click save. Because then they are connected even more. And it's very helpful for indexing and also for ranking. So that was just one last detail, one last detail today. So yeah, question, it was all pretty clear. Does the course just more details on what was explained today or any extra strategies in the course too? I have extra strategies in the course on how to stack the Twitter moments. So if you make one Twitter moment, and then you make another and a third, how do you stack them? How do you interlink them so to make them more powerful? And I also show, I have a spreadsheet in my training that you can actually hand over to your VA, where I show you exactly what Web2 property to use, how to do it, and with all the fields, you just open the spreadsheet and they're very easy for you to see.
In 1 second, Michael wants to talk real quick. Michael's in here. Mr. Merlino, where are you? There you are.
Yo, what's going on?
Hey, Michael.
Buddy.
Hey, I wasn't here, but I figured let me hop on at the end in case I gotta let everybody know that I had requested for you to come on here because some neat stuff, especially for those doing GMB stuff. So if you guys didn't fully understand everything, I wasn't here for the training. I'm sure Jesper went through it all. He's very detailed. This is a no-brainer for the price, guys. I make nothing off this. I took time. My family is here from out of town. I just came out to show love because the dude Jesper put a lot of time into what he's showing in this course. It's not just some quick shit. So cop it and apply it. Them Twitter moments is serious, man. Seriously. And the one video, the one module where he goes into grab, I'm not going to get into too much details, but he goes into grabbing different types of URLs, tweeting them out, making it a moment. That shit is beastly. Like, Jesper, I haven't talked to you since then, right? My VA is not even fully gone through the SOP I sent him, but just from a little bit of, because he never even knew what a Twitter moment was, right? I never shared that with him. I used to do them. So just from putting him on to the Twitter moment and him looking at some of the notes, my VA is very creative. He just added it into some SOP we're already working on with other stuff. And he's like, Mike, this is crazy. Like, so I highly suggest copping the getting Jesper's course and applying it. And it's not a long course neither. So it's not like you have to digest a shit ton of information. You could just like open up Twitter, get an account going, and do it as you're going. So that's it. I don't want to yap too long, but I figured I'd drop in and show my boy Jesper some love.
Much appreciated, Michael. Thanks. And
For
thanks,
sure.
William, for having me here.
Welcome, bud. If you can send me your presentation, send me the link for the, for the training and everything, and all the links that you shared in regards to the Twitter moments. So anybody that wants to quote unquote try to reverse engineer it can take a look at it and everything.
Yes, I will do that straight away, and I'll try to see if I can download this. 2 seconds.
What's that? Oh, okay. You made a mind map, Jesper? Yeah, send me that too. I need that.
Don't be sending that to Michael.
Nah, yo,
Don't be sharing
listen,
that shit
yo,
with
William, we ended up, after I had, said what I said last week and you lined them up, me and Jesper ended up talking for the first time, like on camera real quick and stuff. And I was telling him, I showed him what I did in Evernote. I was like, the only thing I would suggest, man, is if you could get an SOP, like just make it easier for us or something so boom, I guess maybe that might have been.
Yeah, that's what I try to do for everybody is to do the SOPs and stuff. It's like, because most people, well, me and you might know how to do it off the top of our heads, but most people be like, what the hell?
And most people want to pass that shit off to a VA anyway, right?
Yep,
should be, learn it, pass it off to a VA.
Correct.
So, I'll just upload the file in here to all of you guys. But I'll also,
if you can just email it over to me, because everybody's gonna want forgetting. And we got they're not in here, but we got over 500 students. So
okay. So I'll just
send it to me on Facebook, and then I'll upload it on the back end and everything and make sure everybody gets it.
Got it. Yeah.
All right. I appreciate it, guys. I thank you, Jesper. I'm gonna have you back on again and stuff. And I appreciate the Michael. I didn't even know Michael in the first time, but we had Jesper on last season, which was back in like March, I believe. So but since then I met Mike and Brent. So but I appreciate you guys, and I will have this uploaded on the back end, and y'all have a good one. And I will see you all tomorrow in class. We're going to be going over some more Kevin's tools on helping prospecting for Google My Business and SEO. Appreciate it, guys.
Peace and love.
Be blessed.